just what it means to be who I've been trying to be. It's been eating at me. It's been eating at me.
Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of Rising Lights podcast that brings you rising stars in the content creation space. Although we haven't had a guest since season 1, so that's on me. I did reach out to a couple people this week though, and they were all busy, so I'm gonna have to reach out to different ones.
Okay.
Especially with next week well, not next week, the week after. Being episode 40 in the grand scheme of things, I kind of feel like we need to bring like a guest.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
we will have a guest at some point.
Yeah, I think the last one we had was
we'll
Fiend
in
episode 31.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah. No, did we have? No, God, has it really been about 8 episodes since we had a guest?
Yeah, it has. Anyway, back to my introduction. Thank you. You're getting me sidetracked.
As always.
As usual, I'm your host, Trep, and joining me as always is my co-host, Kit.
We're back. Bye.
We're back. And this week, well, I say this week, 2 weeks ago, it was actually my fault that we missed the episode. So what was it, a month ago? We had a miss episode?
Yeah, we missed one on me.
Because you were moving,
and then 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then 2 weeks ago, we missed one because I was building my PC. My new gaming PC, which is the Ryzen 5 5600X and a Zotac 2060 Super Mini. Has 8 gig of VRAM. It's not like the best 2060 Super I can get, but I got it off my cousin for a cheaper price alongside the power supply, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, excuse me. But as per usual, we came in to a song by the part of the Plan band, friend of ours, Cody, or Wraithbound CA. Want to do exclamation what y'all do him in the chat if anybody's here live right now. Boy, Cody. As per usual, if you are going to show them some love and support, there is a link to Wraith's Twitch. There's also a couple of points in there, information about the band's Twitter as well as Cody/Wraith, both of his Twitters. He's got a personal one that's like his music and artistry stuff, and then his Wraithbound CA one, which is like mainly like game related, stream related, that kind of thing. And then again, part of the plan, if you want to go and show them some love, you can use any of their music, like DMCA free, because they love to see what people come up with. And you don't believe me? There's a clip even on that command to show you that it's from Wraith when we had him on the podcast all the way back in season 1, episode 4. Which was
seems like such a long time ago. Which
was at the beginning of February, I believe, last year. So yeah, very, very long time ago.
A long time ago.
But yeah, so the main person I reached out to be a guest for this week, by the way, was a potential returning guest.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna just say it because I did say we're gonna have to like link up and sort it out at some point. But he's busy with like work outside of his normal job, which was Wittycoff.
Right.
So if anybody doesn't know Witty, he like is a teacher like during the week, I believe, but then like during these like summer months in America, he's like a little league baseball coach or something, like a football coach or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is.
I can't remember which sport
it's essentially like a Sunday league kids team essentially, but it's played on Saturdays. So obviously like a Saturday for him when it's 3 in the afternoon for him until 5 in the afternoon, it's gonna be cutting it a little close, like, because he has to. I think he said he had to go at about 4. So I said to him, we have been keeping the hours down on the episodes this time, luckily, but there's always that chance, you know. He's like, yeah, we'll sort it out and we'll get to it. But he wants to come back on, so there's that. But I mentioned part of the plan.
Whenever we can figure that out. Yep.
There's the 5 guys right there. Cody or Wraithbound is the guy in the middle here, and like I said, feel sure to check them out. I do want to try and get Wraith back on as well, just to get an update on what's happening with the band. At one point, we were talking about a Twitch channel and like a TikTok and stuff like that. So we'll see what's going on with that. So, for anybody who is watching on YouTube and probably listening on the podcast platforms when the issue that Kit has been having is sorted, because you did inform me before we started the podcast that that issue is still a thing.
That issue is still ongoing, yeah. I am moving away from the storage provider and host in provider that I'm currently using. I'm bringing it closer to myself, so that if something goes wrong, I know a lot quicker and can basically interact directly with the box that's having a problem to resolve it, like that day, basically. That is going to take between a day and a week, depending on how long it takes to get everything migrated across. So from the day of recording, which is the 3rd? The 3rd of September, so it should be resolved by the 11th? 10th. Yeah, so it should be resolved by the 10th or 11th of September.
Okay, right. So there you go. If you're listening to this after the 10th of September 2022, yeah, you're none the wiser of the issue we were having. But there you go.
Yeah.
But if you are listening or watching, you probably have noticed the title of this episode kind of seems like it. What would you say?
Very foreboding.
Yeah, it's very foreboding, kind of fearmongery, if you will. But it doesn't mean to be, in a sense. Like it's more like a here now we've got your attention, come and listen, talk. Like
there are ups and there are downs, and then there are these topics.
Yeah. So getting
we shouldn't
into
have
that,
to talk about what we do.
Getting into that, part of the reason that the title is what it is, which for those who are listening live on Twitch, is content creation can be dangerous. If you want to go and see the thumbnail that's going to be on YouTube, you can go to my Twitter. But is that we've got another article about Amaranth.
Yep. This time it's still about the hot tubs, but in a different, slightly more violent way. It exploded. And not in popularity. It literally, the hot tub exploded. Unfortunately, she wasn't in it or in the room at the time. But yeah, the terrible incident, the hot tub exploded and destroyed a streaming room.
Which, when you think about it, is very dangerous because it's a hot tub, for one. So it's electrical, therefore exploding, not a good thing. It's probably got water in it, considering she uses it to stream fairly regularly.
In a streaming room, you don't want to be spewing water about the place.
And yeah, exploding with water in a streaming room that's gonna have a computer, let's face it, probably not a good idea. No. But I digress.
Now, if I was to do something like this, for example, I would either have the tub outside or in a separate room and use a tablet or something to control the stream instead
Yeah.
of using the computer, and have a camera that's sort of like either with a wire trailing across or over, maybe not over Wi-Fi, they can get a bit spotty. But I wouldn't have the tub in the same room as everything else that's running the
Yeah.
stream.
And the thing is as well, you've got to think, right? So I built my PC fairly cheap, right? Not only because I got a couple parts cheaper from my cousin, but also because at the time I bought certain parts for mine, they were on sale. Like my motherboard I got for 90 and it's now 105. And the reason I know that is because I'm going to be building my brother-in-law's PC, so I put together a parts list for him and found out that not only has my motherboard gone up, but my CPU's gone up. So I like by like 15 quid as well. So I got lucky as shit. My PC, if you was to build it when I built that parts list, like yesterday or the day before, would be £1,011. Like, which in the grand scheme of things is kind of mid when it comes to like PC prices, right? But at the same time, you think about the PC that she's gonna have. She's investing in things like 7-Eleven and gas stations and shit like that. Like, did she buy a plastic company or something at one point as well? Like,
I've not been keeping track of everything she's been doing.
We've talked about things like that on the
Yeah.
podcast. What I mean, that we've talked about all these things that she's invested in and bought or whatever, right? So she's clearly got a shit ton of money, so she's gonna have a lot more expensive PC. And to be fair, with the money that she's probably got, she could probably just straight up buy a new one. But the point I'm trying to make is, if you're not in that situation and this happened to you, you're basically fucked until you've got a new PC. Let's face it, because you can't really make the money to build the PC. Like, get what I'm saying? Like, it's a chicken before the egg kind of thing.
Yeah. But the thing here is that yes, like monetarily wise, she's fine, and health wise, she's fine. She wasn't causing an explosion or anything.
Yeah.
And she could probably afford to pay to have the walls or anything that's damaged repaired, replace parts in their PC or cameras or whatever if they've been damaged.
Yeah.
Or pay to get them repaired. That's all fine. But in the meantime, she can't use that equipment.
Exactly.
So any.
The point I was trying to make basically is.
So she's kind of fortunate in that she can't really get much income from streaming because her equipment to stream is down. But because she's diversified and invested in all these other things,
Yeah.
she still has
income coming in. I can't believe it either. Like, look, 28-year-old. She does not look 28. She looks like 23. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Going from something that you would think is kind of like common sense, you know, don't put water next to electricals, to something that is a little bit more, well, a lot more sinister, in a sense of Twitch and like viewership versus a streamer. And apparently a transgender Twitch star has been forced out of her home because she was being harassed by and stalked by trolls, claiming she was even arrested at gunpoint after someone posed as her and threatened local politicians. Clara Sorrenti, I think that is.
Yeah. Well, she was in custody for more than 10 hours before being cleared of wrongdoing, because obviously she didn't do anything.
London, Ontario, which is actually not that far from where Wraith is, by the way.
No, but the creepy part about this is that she left her home, moved to another city or whatever. She went to a hotel there. Right. She put a picture of her cat on a hotel bed, which you could say is kind of nondescript. You wouldn't really make any assumptions about it. Now, as from bits of the story that I've seen, apparently they took that photo. Oh yeah, there.
Holy fuck!
They worked back from the linen, the bed sheets, identified what chain it was. To try and find her.
Okay. We made a 10-minute long video in front of a green screen so that stalkers couldn't match the furniture in the background and figure out where she was now.
Yeah. I was like, that's not something you should have to consider.
Things are escalating. I am now in hiding. She's titled it. Like, what? Why should you have to make this? Like, what? I'm not right. So don't take this the wrong way for anybody who is, trans in any way. Like, either way, whether you were born male and now female, or you were born female and now male, or however what you identify as, be you, right? But there is certain things that you can tell when you're just looking at somebody, like Katie Cat, for example, right? Certain parts of her face, you can tell she was a bloke, right? And that's like growing up. That's no shade on her, be you, as I said. But this person here does not look remotely, what you would expect. She looks like a female kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I might sound like a dickhead saying that, but it's like, what?
Yeah.
So you're not like just targeting her because they're targeting her because she looks like a bloke. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not the reason they're targeting. They're targeting her because it's her. Like,
yeah.
What? Someone's obsessed.
It's clearly a personal attack that escalated into. But these, police, maybe not to this degree, but these are things.
What the fuck? Users of the website, what is it, Kiwi Farms, the online community of stalkers?
Yeah. Terrible people.
Let's just say that. Users narrowed down my address to one in London, Ontario, and one in Toronto. Police sent SWAT teams to the addresses in both those cities because emails in my name were sent to local politicians making threats of committing mass violence. What? While one of the addresses was her home, the other was the residence of an elderly Italian man who shares her last name.
God, that poor man to get caught up in.
Imagine it wasn't Canada and it was fucking America, where the SWAT just go in, like, you move, bang, they're taking a shot. Like, we've seen the fucking shit when it all came out with, like, regards to, like, George Floyd and all them, right? Breonna Taylor, like, SWAT team. I think that's actually, isn't that what actually happened to Breonna Taylor? A SWAT team went into her house, her flat, thinking it was another person's flat, and shot before asking any questions, and that's why she died. And it turned out they needed to go next door.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Like, if I remember correctly, that's what it was. Anubis has the link still in his chat, I believe, about the story. So if you want to go and check out Anubis, you want to do a shout out for him in chat, Kit, for anybody it is here live, then do that. But if you're watching or listening elsewhere, it is AHNUBBYSS.
It is fine, yeah. I was still checking the right spelling.
I'm almost certain it's that. Yeah.
It is.
So yeah, if you want to check him out on Twitter, Twitch, you know, he's yeah. But yeah, so as she says here, she's gone into hiding for her own safety. Like, what? I'm sorry, people's ideals are getting way out of hand.
Yeah. It's not even necessarily their ideals, but their way of expressing them.
To me, this situation is either their ideals in the sense of they hate trans people, you know, they're transphobe in some kind of way, and so they're trying to make a trans person's life a misery to get their own little, like, enjoyment or kick, right? And now she's gone into hiding, they'll probably move on to somebody else until she somehow messes up, and then they'll attack her again, right? Because obviously they know certain details about her, it's easier for them to do shit, right? Or they're somebody who, like, has some sort of thing for her, like is obsessed and wants to try and, like, you know, fuck her, like, to put it bluntly, or get in a relationship with her. And obviously, like most people do when it comes to like meeting through Twitch, at least, they're like, nah, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And like, nah, I'm good, trying to, like, protect themselves, and then this person's gone the extra mile and gone, oh, right, well, you don't want me, I can't have you, no one can, I'm gonna make your life a misery, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the two scenarios that I see. Like, that's literally the only two I can think of. And the fact that she has to, like, go to ground, like, hide away from, like, the world, when her job is like, from, at least from the looks of it, I didn't see anything about her working a normal full-time job. As I've been scan reading. Her job literally has her in front of the camera and, like, putting herself out there for her to go, all right, now I've got to hide away because these people are being dickheads, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, for one, it's just a shame because it's somebody's livelihood that's being affected. People's it's her stream that's being affected because, you know, she's not gonna get, like, her current viewers or whatever. Like, not gonna get it. Her mental health's probably shot through the roof because, for one, she's stressed as fuck. She's hiding, and now she's not going to interact with people she's made friends with in her community. And then, on that front, people that who are in her community have lost their streamer, essentially. Do you know what I mean? They can't just go and watch her and chill and talk and watch whatever she's doing. I don't know whether she plays games or anything else on Twitch. I didn't look. But, like, I honestly, it's kind of fucking stupid.
It's like living in a nightmare.
Yeah, it is like living in a nightmare. Thanks for that. Transitioning over to burnout turned Twitch streamers' dreams of playing games full time into nightmare. Kit's just as good as me with the fucking segues, okay? Like, don't get it twisted. Don't let him get it get you thinking that I'm the only one that can do it. Half the time he sets me up for him anyway, without even realizing it.
A lot, and the other half of the time, I think of one and what to say it, and then you move on to a different tangent. It's like, okay, well, I can't use that one now.
But yeah, like the whole point. That situation is fucked. She is living a nightmare, and now here we go. We're talking about this one now. What's this? Somebody talking about playing video games. Audience 1,000. Most people would love it, and everybody glamorizes it, thinking, "Yep, you can, do this." And he says, "Unfortunately, the vibe changed as his popularity grew. Happens a lot
It does.
when
and it does.
when you're a lot smaller." Ideal example. Do you remember I told you how I found Anubis?
Yeah.
He got raided by Say No to Rage, right? And I was part of Say No to Rage's community at that point. So I watched Say No to Rage because of the fact that Bungie had the blackout during the Taken King reveal stream. I was looking for somebody smaller to go and watch that was co-streaming it essentially and giving their reactions to it. So I could be all right, well, I thought I just lost connection to the Bungie stream. So I was oh, well, I can at least go and watch it in this guy's channel. Found him, was hanging out, and he was doing raid helps the next day. So then I ended up hanging out in there, and he's tiny, right, at that point. But then more and more people started noticing him, like Kefalion and all them, and obviously his popularity grew. And obviously he's doing raid help, so people are going to come in and want help.
Yeah.
Well, there used to be, back then, in the Taken King days, there'd be a time where I'd go into his chat, say hello, and he'd be like, yo, you jumping in? Because I was helping him with the Sherpa kind of thing, because I'd done all, mastered all the raids, right? Come round to when this, just before all the shit came out about Say No to Rage, and when he raided Anubis, yeah, I'd go into his chat and he's got 400 to 1,000 people in there, and he didn't know me from the next guy in the chat. So of course the vibe's gonna change. So
yeah,
I get that. While professional video gaming can sound like an enviable,
enviable.
There we go.
Yeah.
Gig, it's not too different from being a performer. Streamers have an audience, a persona, and act in the same role for long hours. Unless you don't act and you be your fucking self. Like you should be. If you are acting a part, if I acted like Apex didn't piss me off when I'm ranking, like it was earlier today, yeah, I wouldn't be being true to myself, therefore I won't be being true to the viewers, and therefore I don't deserve anybody that does come and hang out. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it.
No, but then if you look at it at through the lens of if you look at a lot of the VTubers and stuff, they're all performers. They're not putting themselves up there; they're putting their character out there.
To a certain extent, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Some people,
a lot of them. Some of them
are
very.
their VTuber avatar is the real them. Like Carl Thulu,
Yeah.
for example.
Okay.
My old flatmate. Eldar Carl Thulu. Eldritch. Pronouns it. And if you go and watch Carl's stream at any point, you will see his Cthulhu-like eldritch squid body. That's the easiest way for me to describe it. Which is the reflection of what Carl feels is the real Carl.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of the case with VTubers. Sometimes like Code Miko, yeah, like you could, that's like a character in it, because she plays the character and even says, like when she's talking to herself,
she has sort of two
she's
personas
like,
for her. Yeah, she sort of has Miko and she has the operator.
Yeah. So I get exactly what you mean, but I also agree with this. You can't really take breaks to risk losing fans that have been coming in like daily or whatever.
Yeah. That's the other thing as well, is they don't really get paid vacation or sick leave or anything. So if you're ill, you just sort of like,
the only way you get paid
you either
vacation,
suck it up and get on with the show, or you stop.
Think about it this way, Kit. As a streamer, the only way you get a paid vacation is if you load up the Twitch app on your phone and start a live stream from your vacation and people sub to you.
No, right. No, right. Here we go, right. The only way you get a paid vacation is if you go to a sponsored event.
Or that.
And even it's not really vacation because you're still working.
Yeah. God damn it, you just reminded me that I wanted to go to I-69 and I couldn't afford it because I was buying my PC.
No, I can't afford it either.
I was buying my PC pass. Oh well, I've got my PC now. Maybe I'll go to I-70. Whatever that is. But yeah,
are they yearly, are they, in some year?
No, there was two this year, I-68 and I-69.
Alright.
I-68 was in
We'll see when the next one is.
April.
Because I couldn't afford the I could afford the tickets for this one, but I didn't get them because I couldn't afford the accommodation.
See, I'm not even bothering with accommodation. I'm going for the Saturday and that's it.
See, I'm weird with events. If I'm going to an event, I want to go for like the whole event. It's the same with like if I'm going to a con.
I just feel like because it's my first time going to one, right? That I'm not gonna like know anybody there other than people who I know are going. Like, for example, if I went to I-69, I knew Zoe was going, right? So I could have met up with Zoe and gone, oh, hey, yo, like, you know Trep, who's hanging in the chat, and the guy that found out the Masters players that were playing in a Diamond tournament. Yeah, that's me. Do you know what I mean? But I just know that whenever that conversation does happen, because Mac was supposed to be going as well, Mac Harder, and I know he was busy with work. So, like, I just know that between him and me, because I am like 2 or 3 years older or 2 or 3 years younger than him, I think. I can't remember which. But, like, Zoe is a lot younger than us, like 21, I think. So we're just gonna be like walking around like two dads, essentially. Because she's very hyperactive. Whoever's seen her on her streams is fucking like watching her stream from I-68 with Stallion, who used to be part of Carnage, in the background was fucking hilarious, because he is only what, like 25, 26, maybe like around my age, 28, 29. I don't know, but if I have hazard a guess looking at him, he's about 25, right? And even then he looks old, like compared to Zoe, because of like it's just so quirky. But like, if I like, so I know that, like, going to that, but like she had when she went to I-68, she had things like streaming from the Asus ROG booth. He was eventually able to like organize that. Now, if I was gonna I wouldn't be able to do that. I don't think going for the first time. So I'd be like, okay, right. Well, I'll go for like i7, for example. I meet them, and like maybe in like if Zoe and Stallion is there, like if Zoe introduces me to Stallion, then Stallion and Zoe, because they've already done it from their booth, sort of thing, go, oh yeah, this guy is Trek, by the way. He also streams, but you know, chill, like whatever they want to like say. Then maybe I-71, I turn around to them and go, look, if it's possible, I'd like to like stream from your booth, and I'll come for the whole weekend. And then boom, go from there, kind of thing. I think they also got creator badges which you have to apply for, and you probably have to hit certain markers which I probably don't hit yet. So
not yet, you'll get there.
Oh, I mean, my shit slowed down a lot since I moved away from Destiny. I can tell you that. In fact, it's gone down. It went. At one point I was at 333. Went down to like 327 the other day. Now it's 329. But that's followers, by the way, for anybody. But yeah, so that's beside the point. Things like that as well, like the numbers going up and down, that can have an adverse effect. So, with regards to this kind of thing, for example, as I said, with me, I blasted from like getting drive-by'd by KE and Anubis, raided by Chaps, raided by Pornstar, PWN, by the way. Whilst I was playing Destiny, my fucking followers like blasted from like 150 to 250, 300 pretty fucking quickly. But then you like, over the past year, I've more played Apex than I have Destiny, and not really had the same sort of effect. And so I've basically been sat around the same number, right? So obviously that adverse effect on your like mental with regards to your stream.
Sort of
That's, to be honest, you know what? I'm a point blank come out and fucking admit it. That is why I barely streamed last month. Because every time I went to start up the stream, I was like, can I really be asked to play Apex? Complain about the fact that I hate solo queuing. Complain about the fact that my randoms are dog shit. Complain about the fact that I hate the rank system, because they changed it again for the third split running. Whilst I'm live on stream, are people going to enjoy that? Probably not. So I'm not going to bother streaming. I'll just chill, and then I'll watch fucking GTA roleplay NoPixel, because I watch a lot of the fucking Mandem boys, which is like Zerka, Chaos Adam, and them. And so I just basically I do that. I'd go, right, well, no stream today, right, no stream today, no stream, like, do you know what I mean? And then there'd be the odd day where it's like, fuck it, I've got to stream, like.
Yeah. And it's what, and the things that I suppose come to that is when it gets to the point where it's just like, you're not streaming because you want to, you're streaming because you have to.
Exactly. So I like took the little bit of time away, essentially, not like focused on me, but sort of just chilled, watched them like grow, because a bunch of them grew due to like getting prio and being able to do more with the main group. And so they ended up getting, you know, a lot more, like, so one of them, Matt, for example, he got his partnership while I've been watching. Because he went from, you know, 70 people watching him to every time I turn on his stream now, he's got at least 800 in there. So because he's just so funny. He's so what they call skunked. It's funny. And skunked, for anybody who doesn't know, is like a slang term for dumb but funny with it, essentially. So like some of the things he'll say is like, what day is it on Monday? It's fucking Monday. But he means what date is it?
Yeah. Okay.
Like he'll say, how many months are there in December?
Yeah, so it was like little mix-ups
Yeah,
like that.
little silly things like that. And it'll be, it's funny because one of the most iconic things, and it's probably not a coincidence that it fucking he's blew himself up since then, like with regards to his viewership and shit, is he watched a TikTok, right? And he goes, like, so he started a stream and he was like, you know, doing his usual start. And then as he came in, because he always like talks for a bit at the beginning, and he comes in and he goes, I watched a TikTok last night, right, boys? This is gonna blow your fucking mind. Blah, 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 blah. Going on about it. And he goes, you know, Koreans, yeah? They're born at 1. And he goes, I thought they maybe counted lobby time, but lobby time's only 9 months. So I'm it's like, baffed me. I have no idea. Blah, blah, blah. So he's going on about it, right? Turns out how it basically works is in Korean culture, everybody's birthday is New Year's Day. So even though, so you could basically be born on the 31st of December, you are considered 1 year old because you are born in that year. But then you are instantly considered 2 because you hit New Year's Day.
Oh.
It's mind blowing.
That's bizarre.
Exactly. But yeah, so that was like the whole thing.
That's
He
very
watched a
different.
TikTok explaining this, and it blew his mind, and he mentioned it on his stream. And ever since then, he's just been blowing up. He's been called skunk. Anytime he says something stupid, like you just get in his chat, Matt, you're skunked. It's fucking hilarious. But speaking of I don't even know how to transition.
Oh. I'm not impressed by your attempts.
I'm skunked. I'm just gonna transit. I'm just gonna change I'm just gonna change tab. Fuck you. Right.
Next tab. Twitch streamers not impressed by higher revenue split, having to run more ads.
Yeah. So for anybody who didn't know, I used to run 2 minutes of ads every hour. I'm now running 3 minutes every hour. 1.5 minutes every half hour. This is because if you run 3 minutes of ads during an hour, you get 55% of the ad revenue, which isn't a lot, but the way I looked at it when I was changing it was, well, every little help. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I
depends on how often you do it.
have had a lot of months where my threshold is 100, and I go, and I'm at like 99, like 50 or something, like 98 something. And it's like, shit, if I just had more ads, maybe I might have just made it.
Maybe you might yourself. Hey, Kirby. So yeah, so there's a few approaches to this. The first one is basically we want to show people our content. We don't want to be showing them ads.
Yeah. Now I don't have a problem at all with the little ads that are like this banner.
Yeah, like if you've got one that comes like just above your chat or like down at the bottom.
At the bottom of the content, right? I have no so like you go into a stream Let me mute the site real quick. We'll use the CJ as an example. There you go. Right. Yeah. So like it was smaller than his stream down to like here, right? And then here there's like a little ad, and it's like, oh well, I can still hear the stream, I can still watch the stream, but I'm still getting the ad and just showing him support, blah blah. I have no problem with that. For me, problem is where it gets rid of the whole stream, puts it in a little fucking box here. I can't hear shit. I can't see shit because it's so fucking tiny, and I'm seeing a massive ass ad for, I don't know, fucking condoms. It's like, motherfucker, I've got 2 kids. Do you really think I use them? Anyway.
That's poorly targeted advertising, that.
Yeah. The point being, though.
But no, it really gets in the way of your content. So having to do that more often isn't really not what we're looking for.
So here's the thing. If you give me this option, but with the option to pick between full-blown screen ads or these little like banner ads that come up, right? You could even tell me that I'm going to get my normal revenue split from running these 3 minutes just from running the banner ads, which is like 30%. You can see it there in the screenshot, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you tell me, oh, you could choose to pick between the two, the full-blown ads or the banner ads, but if you do run the 3 minutes of ads an hour on the full-blown ads, you'll get 55, but if you run it at the banner ads, you'll get 30, and then if you run, you know, full-blown ads, anything less than 3 minutes an hour, you'll get the 30. Then I'm telling you now, I'm gonna put like, I don't know, 1 30-second ad, which it'll be a banner ad, and it'll be, you know, 30 seconds or whatever.
Yeah. And the other thing is that regularly running ads prevents pre-rolls, so anyone coming in doesn't see an ad before your content.
Yeah.
But it means that everyone sees an ad regularly.
This is the thing. It says here, right? This thing here, this fucking timeline thing is actually dumb. It's so stupid. Because you'll say, all right, well, I'll put my ad here, and then it'll be like, all right, well, for 15 minutes, your viewers won't get ads. Like, but I'm running 1.5 minutes of ads.
Yeah.
For me, it should be, right, if you put your ad here from this 30-minute mark to like here, and let's say that's, you know, 3 minutes here, right? Then the pre-rolls should be cancelled out for the rest of the hour. If you run all 3 minutes at the beginning of the hour, or halfway through the hour. That's the way I think. Pre-rolls should be completely cancelled for the rest of the hour. But the scaling on them is actually so stupid and bad, it's unreal. But there.
Yeah, it is very probably done.
I
would even happily go for 6 minutes every 2 hours. Because that gets you a lot. You 5 minutes every 2 hours, and then you have pre-rolls for the last 15 minutes of that.
Well, the point I'm trying to make is like,
because that's even then it's just regularly taking a break, making sure you like
go
off stream and do stuff while the ads are running.
If I am choosing, let's say I'm choosing to run 5 minutes of ads, I shouldn't have pre-rolls at all. Unless I like, especially if I've got it so that auto ads come up every hour, 5 minutes, go and take a break. Like you said, it's good to go and take a break, grab a drink, grab a snack, come back, talk to chat for a minute, get back into whatever game you were playing or whatever art you were drawing or whatever else you was doing. Because there's obviously a whole lot more fucking categories now on the platform, right?
Oh yeah, there's loads.
But But that's my point, is we should have a set amount of ads, whether it's the 3 minutes that they're trying to get us to do now, or 5 minutes, or 6 minutes, or fuck it, hell, 10 minutes, where I could then, for a predetermined amount of time, not get any ads. Because if you turn around to me tomorrow and said, alright, Twitch has now added a feature where you can get auto ads to run for 10 minutes, but then you won't get any pre-rolls for the next 2 hours, or at least hour and a half, right? Then you better believe that I am not running ads for the first hour of my stream, and then 10 minutes of ads, and then I'm not running ads for an hour and a half. Do you know what I mean? Because that 10 minutes is, alright, well, I'm going to take a break, I'm going to get a drink, grab a snack, go to piss, to shit, whatever else I need to do, speak to my fiance, see how the kids are doing, whatever. I'll be back in 10. You guys do the same. If not, enjoy the tunes. I'm out. I'll be back in 10. You know what I mean? Boom. Sorted.
Yeah.
But from one company that's fumbling the bag to another. And I say fumbling the bag because Twitch is fumbling the bag in the sense of they're making it increasingly harder for affiliate and any partners that are not making the minimum that they need for to call this a living to make their money, right? Running those ads more regularly, yeah, it incentivizes, but it's also decentivizing the viewer to stick around to see an ad more often, right? At that point, you're essentially saying, all right, well, you don't want ads, sub to the streamer. You don't want ads, buy Twitch Turbo. Guess what? Twitch makes all the money off Twitch Turbo. We don't see shit, and subs, they take half of it anyway, so either way, you're giving Twitch money.
Yeah.
So, on the other side, YouTube is so strict and I want to say stingent, but I don't know whether that's the right word. With its partner program equivalent.
Oh yeah.
To where there is no affiliate for it, which is it is a good thing in a certain extent, because once
it used to be.
Yeah, there used to be a way where you could sign up with a company, wasn't
it? Because not even that. You just link you would be able to make an AdSense account and link it to YouTube. I used to get ad revenue on my channel. Can't now.
Yeah. So there's the point, right? You get ad revenue before, but now you don't.
Yeah.
There's no affiliate side of things, so even if you were to turn around and go, right, well, I don't want to use YouTube to make videos, I'm going to make YouTube streams my thing. Let me go and do it. You are going to be grinding forever. Well, I can't even remember what the fuck is it in this article. What are the fucking requirements again?
I don't think it uses specific numbers. Nope.
I can go and find them. But this is the thing as well. You get we all see that you get Tim the Tatman and fucking Ninja and all these bigger creators passing backwards and forwards and shit, right? When Shroud and Ninja went to Mixer before it went under, yeah, do you know how many people thought, oh, right, well, they've just spent, what was it, the rumor was 30 million on Ninja's contract, essentially?
Something stupid like that, yeah.
Right? So do you know how many people turned around and went, this is showing that Mixer is going to make huge strides, it's going to be the best live stream platform going forward. So they stopped working on their Twitch grind and just went and started their Mixer one. They stopped their YouTube grind and started on a Mix. And most of them lost it all because was nothing for them when they came back.
Yeah.
Those who had like big communities that were, you know, able to transition.
Yeah. Because the thing is, like, with a community that size, it doesn't really matter where you
Dragasnov was
go,
on Mixer, wasn't he?
they'll follow you. Oh, I think he was at one point, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was on Mixer. Do you think about it, all the friends he'd made over there, he's just going to turn around and go, okay, right, well, come and watch me over at twitch.tv/Dragasnov. And then they started doing that, and he's going to get his affiliate within, like, a month or two. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to take very long.
No.
So it's going to be different, right? But you see, like, oh right, well, YouTube just got Lyric, not Lyric. What's his fucking name? The guy who in his announcement video fucking blew up a purple car, drove off in a red.
God, I don't know.
I forgot his fucking name now.
I've not seen that video.
Ludwig, it's fucking there in front of me.
Oh, is it? Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Ludwig. But yeah, so you see YouTube pick up like Ludwig and Tim the Tatman, right? People go, oh right, well they're getting serious. Let's move over. Have we heard anything really? Since? No. But Tim's fucking deal was
No,
at least
really.
6 months ago. Come on. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. They need to basically look at you on Twitch and go, right, how can we do our own version of this? Like the
problem
whole
this
follow-
article highlights, and that you've got a lot with the oh, we'll compete with Twitch by getting these people in, is that you're not really competing with Twitch by getting those people on board.
Yeah.
Because those people have content everywhere already. What you need is to have as smooth an onboarding process and potential for growth as possible.
What companies need to do with this with this kind of thing as well? Twitch needs to do this as well, in my opinion, right? If Twitch and YouTube both tomorrow started doing what I'm about to suggest, I can almost guarantee it would help with people struggling with like the growth thing, right? So you could have essentially what is an affiliate thing, but it's paid out on a certain basis. Right, so with partner, for example, for Twitch, it's 75 average, right? Just for example,
Yeah.
just for an example, let's say they put that to 100. Yeah.
Mhm.
And you'd have your like top level, your stage 4, if you will, of affiliate would be average of 80. Stage 3 would be an average of 60. Stage 4 would be stage 2 would be an average of 40. And stage 1 would be average of 20. Obviously, you could move them there and that about, so like you could still have your 3 average now.
Well, your 3 would be
Yeah,
your starting point, your onboarding.
Yeah. The point is giving a path to where.
And then
right,
instead of
well,
having the one checkpoint, you'd have multiple to sort of stagger up.
Exactly. But technically, in the from the 3 to the 100, your title wouldn't fucking change. You are still a Twitch affiliate. What you could do is, alright, well, if you're stage 1, you get 10% of ad revenue. And then at stage 2, you get 20%. And 3, blah, blah, blah. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah?
Mhm.
And when it comes to subs, you can get 50% at, you know, basic affiliate. Stage 1, you get 51, blah, blah, blah. Like, it won't make that much of a difference, but it would look like, all right, I'm actually making progress. I'm actually getting somewhere with it.
And you could even tie other things in, like VIP slots or founder badges.
Exactly.
So the more you grow, the more of those you have to
Imagine
represent
if-
your
that's my-
core.
But what did I just say? Imagine if Twitch and YouTube both implement them tomorrow. Helps immensely. Not only because streamers have that fucking path to growth, right? But also because the platforms then can go, right, well, like Twitch partner for right now, yeah? Someone
Well, that's the
could
other
go-
thing as well. It's easy for them to put their metrics together because they have distinct categories for all of their different stages of growth of people on their platform.
Yeah. So here's the thing with Twitch partner right now, literally tomorrow, I could all of a sudden have 100 people in my chat, right? Chill with me, and then on Tuesday, those same 100 people come back, and again and again and again, and then I'll qualify eventually for partner, and I can apply, and typically, Twitch will turn you down.
Yeah.
The first time, right? Primarily because it's a huge jump in growth. They don't know that that's going to happen, right?
They don't know
gonna
that
stick
you're going to
around.
maintain that.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, if they had this like tier system, they could say, all right, well, once somebody hits the 50% threshold, like, I don't know, tier 3, right, we'll keep an eye on them. Because if their viewership just all of a sudden skyrockets, as soon as that partner application comes in, you go, nah, unfortunately not this month. Try again.
Well, that's the thing is you wouldn't even need to keep an eye on them. You just have it log the date that they switched between each of the tiers.
True. Very
So
true.
let's say they've gone from tier 1 to tier 4 in a day.
To be honest,
That's
that's what
probably
I
pretty
meant.
volatile.
That's what I mean. That's what I meant from.
So
keeping
yeah,
an eye
so
on them.
yeah. So like when the application comes in as part of the supplementary sort of evidence that comes with it would be that log of when they got through each of the tiers. Like, has it been consistent growth, or has it just gone from tier 1 to tier 4 in a day?
I've said it before on the podcast. I'll say it again. Twitch, YouTube. I'm an ideas guy. Fucking hire me. I will make you bank. Anyway, earlier when we were talking about the characters and stuff, we mentioned VTubers.
Oh yeah, so we did. This one's kind of
Moving
odd.
swiftly along.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I was putting together the list of topics and I was doing my usual searches and I came across this, so I was like, wait, that can't be a thing, right? That's just somebody using a similar avatar. But no, it's a partnership, it's a collaboration.
Oh my god.
It's like actual Kellogg's. It's collaborating with Twitch's brand
What?
partnership studio.
Tony will unveil his custom Kellogg's Frosted Flakes gaming rig, complete with milk coolant.
It won't actually. It's probably not going to be milk. It will probably be actually coolant, but tinted white.
That is
But still.
hilarious. That's brilliant. Sadie Garcia, director of brand marketing at Kellogg All Family Cereal. Fucking genius. That's all I'm gonna say. You,
Yeah.
I assume from the name Sadie that you're a female. If I'm wrong, I am sorry, but you know what they say about assuming. Anyway, you, darling, lady, whatever, are a fucking genius. I know. Kids are watching more gaming videos.
This is a quote and a half. Twitch is a growing service with more than 31 million average daily visitors, giving Tony and Kellogg's Frosted Flakes a chance to connect with a new audience and engage unlike we've ever done before with a fun and innovative gaming experience.
I'm sorry, that is basically saying, okay, we know that our target user base are gamers or kids who watch gaming content. Let's market the shit out of ourselves on the best platform to fucking market that the shit out of it with a VTuber, because that's just perfect opportunity. I'm sorry, what kid is going to see this and not believe that Tony the fucking Tiger isn't actually talking to them playing a fucking game?
Yeah.
That is fucking genius. Oh my god. Oh. Fucking hell. Now from somebody else's great idea to Twitch's great idea. That's the only thing I can think of to segue, okay? Leave me.
I think it's a good idea. A lot of people would suggest otherwise. I would have lengthy arguments with them. But Twitch is changing course. They say they are now going to require masks at TwitchCon.
I'm sorry, but didn't they not require
Yes.
masks at Amsterdam?
I don't know about Amsterdam, but they had said that San Diego wasn't going to require masks. And now that they've changed their mind and said, no, you will have to wear
Right.
masks.
I thought I remember saying hearing Civic say something along the lines
But
of
Amsterdam might have
they
been
didn't-
on when they were doing the same as they originally
didn't
planned for San
have
Diego.
they didn't have to wear them, but they recommended it.
Yeah.
And it was part of. It's almost mandatory, basically, as part of.
Almost mandatory without kicking out if you don't wear them.
Yeah, Netherlands.
There's all the
part-
suggestions, and everyone else was saying,
Yeah,
wear a
because
mask.
Netherlands has been very, very strict from what he's been
Yeah.
saying with like the whole mask policy. So I assume what it was they was basically almost mandatory because it was almost illegal not to. If that
Yeah,
makes sense. So it's like right.
sounds good.
But from also what I heard was a bunch of people came back from Amsterdam with COVID. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if you're looking at this article and be like, Twitch is stupid, they're making a mistake, nah, 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 nah. Or like Nick Merckx is saying and going, haha, well, I'm now going to run my own event. It's basically going to be TwitchCon, but you're not going to have to wear a mask. Then you're a fucking idiot. Because although we are coming out of the worst of COVID, it is like the cold, like the common cold. It is still there. It's not going away anytime fucking soon, and we don't exactly have an actual full-blown vaccine because, you know, if you haven't noticed, there are people that have been triple vaxxed that are still getting this fucking shit.
Yeah. And what annoys me about people who are like, "Oh, I don't need to wear a mask." I mean, let's say, for example, I go, "Well, I'm vaccinated. It doesn't matter if I get COVID. I don't need to wear a mask." Wearing a mask isn't to stop you getting it. It's to stop you spreading it to anyone else.
Yep. It's almost like people see scientists going, we recommend this because it's a good idea to do this. And, you know, I'm some genius scientist that could probably put you in your place with given any sort of fucking mathematical equation or scientific
It's like
thing. And and they read that fucking statement and they go, oh, we don't know what he's talking about. Walks off.
Yeah. It's like the there was an image that went round like early on that was the piss analogy.
Yeah.
So basically, if you and the guy opposite you don't have trousers on, and one of you
Yes,
pisses,
I remember
the other
that
one's
one.
going to get a wet leg. If one of you is wearing trousers and the other one pisses, your leg still gets wet, just not as wet. If you're both wearing trousers, the piss stays with the person who's pissing.
Exactly. Like, bruh. I don't even know why we have to keep mentioning why this is such a good idea. And look, in the midst of monkeypox, you want to get monkeypox? Fucking go right ahead and be my fucking guest. Cause that shit is not fun. Like I don't know
No.
from experience, but monkeypox is worse than chickenpox from what I've heard, and chickenpox is itchy as fuck, irritating as fuck, and annoying as shit. So you want to go out and get that shit? Be my fucking guest. Just don't come anywhere near me. Anyway, moving swiftly on because I don't want to talk about that fucking virus anymore. As much as I'm, a firm believer in people saying, "Oh, well, it's gone now." No, it's not. As much as I'm a firm believer in fighting back this stupidity, like
too much of it gets really boring and repetitive, and people stop listening. So we'll move on. The VOD threshold is coming down. Yes. So it's not going to affect us, but it will affect some people, and it will affect people who aren't yet affiliate.
Right.
Is the main target for this. So for us, we have 14 days of VOD storage. After during which we can decide, if we make a highlight, we can make the highlight there, and that'll last long. But plain VOD storage, just full stream as a video on demand, is 14 days. With some caveats, you get 60 days if you're Prime, Turbo, or Partner.
Hashtag Prime.
Yeah. Well, I'm Prime and Turbo. I'm not Partner yet. That's a long way away.
Any timers in chat?
Anyway,
fucking Manny hit me with it.
So what's happening is that if you're not in one of those categories that I've mentioned, so basically you stream but you're not yet affiliate, your VODs aren't going to stick around for 14 days. They're going to be cut in half. They will only stick around for 7 days after the stream.
But affiliates staying at 14.
Affiliates are staying at 14. Partners, Prime and Turbo, are staying at 60.
To be fair, though,
it's probably to cut down on the amount of storage space they're using, because I would imagine there are a lot of Twitch streams that have VODs enabled and aren't yet affiliate.
Yeah.
And they just leave them on and don't do anything with them. So being able to just delete a load of them after 7 days is probably going to save a lot of money.
I agree with you on that one. But at the same time, think about it in a sense that from the content creator's point of view, right? If you are going from being non-affiliate, you're used to having 7 days. Like, let's say
14. You used to have 2 weeks.
No, I'm on about, like, let's say you've only just started streaming like now.
Oh, right? Yeah.
This has already taken effect now. We're recording this on the 3rd. Yes. It started on the 1st, right? So let's say you start streaming now. You aren't affiliate, obviously. You're used to having 7 days of your VOD. You go through your VODs after every stream. You create your clip. You upload them and shit, right? To TikTok or wherever, right? And then you go to being affiliate, and you've now got 14 days. But you are so used to the 7 days that you do it like you were doing it, right? You are going to have a great work ethic when it comes to your content, like creating clips, making videos out of your VOD, and uploading them and stuff, and like putting the clips wherever they need to go. This is actually a blessing in disguise for newer creators, in my opinion, because it does grow fast, right?
Then you need to make your
content. Then you need to make
fast.
Your content elsewhere, and you need to make it fast. And once you get used to doing that, you're not gonna do what I do 9 times out of 10 and go, oh, I want to make that a video, and then you come back to the fucking VOD just as it's about to expire and go, why did I mark this again?
Yeah.
You get my point? Like, so it's a good idea in my opinion. Blessing in disguise, I'm just gonna go with. Something else that could be flipped either way as to whether it's a blessing in disguise or
Oh,
occurs
this next one. I don't like this.
depending on
We'll see how you feel about it, but I don't like this.
depending on how you look at it, is the Facebook gaming app is now shutting down.
Yep.
So, for anybody who didn't know, you could just watch streams on your actual Facebook app, or there was, not anymore, 'cause it's starting on October. Oh, no, yeah, never mind. Forget that.
So there's not anymore, but there what? Yeah, October. Yeah,
next month.
So
I thought it said August. My bad.
for very few remaining days, but there won't be. There is a Facebook gaming app on iOS and Android,
So,
just like there's a Twitch app.
Yeah. So for me, I agree that it should be separate, right?
Yeah, that's what I think.
It's a good thing that it's separate, because if you're looking for Facebook gaming streams, you go to this gaming app. Again, good. The blessing in the disguise part for me is that I can almost guarantee you, when Facebook came out with its live streaming thing and took a bunch of gaming gaming creators into like contracts and shit, Gothalion was on Facebook, isn't anymore, back on Twitch. I can almost guarantee you there was a bunch of fake fucking Facebook accounts made with like gaming names, like Enrage, today, or Intrepidus one, because for anybody who doesn't know,
I've got a genuine one, but still.
This one,
yeah, you can just make a Facebook account with any name.
The point I'm trying to make though is, for anybody who doesn't know, if you don't do that and go and make a separate account, when you are talking in somebody's Facebook gaming chat, it will just come up with, I don't know, Tommy fucking Fraser, if that's your name on Facebook. You know what I mean? Like, whereas you'd have to, so for me, it's probably going to cut down on fucking inactive accounts on Facebook.
Yeah. Also, sorry, Tommy, if you happen to be listening to this at any point, don't need to call you out.
I was going to use my name, but I couldn't remember whether I'd actually...
No.
I couldn't remember whether I actually shared my last name accidentally on stream at any point.
I don't think you have.
I know my first name's been on stream many a time. Fucking Pash. If you're watching or listening to this, you bastard.
CJ is my bane. Between him and Whisper constantly leaking mine.
I mean, Karma does it as well. Like, anytime we're playing fucking Apex together, if I just happen to be streaming, or we're on Karma's stream and he's happened to be streaming, both of them just call me Tom. So either way, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
But no, so like that's where I was like, the silver lining comes in the sense of that.
Yeah, it should cut down on those.
The other silver lining I look at is they're shutting down this app because they can't afford to keep it separate from the main Facebook app, right? For whatever reason that may be.
Development costs aren't actually that
so
much.
For me,
so it's not bad.
Alright, well, for me, that goes to
I'm trying to think why. It just mustn't be being used anywhere near as much as...
To be fair, until recently, where I found out they were shutting this down, because I did see this before seeing this article. Saw it on Twitter somewhere, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a separate Facebook gaming app.
Yeah, they did a terrible job of advertising it.
It is terribly fucking advertised. So that could be the issue.
But they might not have advertised it as much because you could still access it through the Facebook app and through the Facebook site. You could just click on the gaming button and there's all your streams. You wouldn't need to go and launch a separate app, so why would they advertise
it? My
You're
other silver lining is more of a fucking hope, to be honest.
Okay, go on.
Them shutting down this app has something to do with the fact that they are struggling. And therefore, eventually, they will turn around and go, right, fuck it. Facebook gaming's not a fucking thing anymore. It's just going to be Facebook Live, and You're just gonna be like essentially like doing Instagram live stories. Yeah, you're gonna be just live streaming fucking on your phone. That's it, like kind of thing. You know what I mean? And then literally it'll be a 2-horse race, which it pretty much is anyway. YouTube and Twitch, and maybe, just fucking maybe, when they realize that even a big fucking company like Facebook can't make this thing work, Amazon and Google will go, oh fuck, we need to sort out our individual platforms in Twitch and YouTube respectively. And
See, this is why
actually
people
pull our
sort of
finger out.
had hope with Mixer, because that was the third of the 3 main like storage and infrastructure giants. Because you've got
Yeah,
Microsoft
it
with
was
Azure,
Microsoft.
you've got AWS with Amazon, and Google has got, well, they've got all of their Google Drive and all their stuff. So you've got the 3 main companies that offer infrastructure and storage at scale, the kind of scales you would need for having multiple users live
Worldwide
streaming worldwide.
Fucking
Yeah,
shit. Like,
2 of them,
hell,
Twitter,
if
YouTube
you
Live,
hell, if
and
you
Twitch.
load up Apex, some of the servers are like GGC or something, GCE or something, and it's like Google connection something. It's a Google server.
Yeah.
That it's running from. Like, if that doesn't tell you how fucking huge and powerful, like, tech-wise these companies are, and we're struggling to get little things like what I fucking suggested earlier in a stepping stone program to a fucking affiliateship from a affiliateship to a partnership, where you give us increased rewards as you go along, and we feel like we're getting somewhere, and you get people that are slowly progressing and more information on those people, so they don't just put in a partner application. You have to go, oh shit, we don't know fuck all about this person.
Just in before episode 60, we're like, hey, Trev, do you remember when we're getting close to episode 40, you suggested this?
Hell, if by some shade of a fucking miracle, Clutch, who is a Twitch partnership manager who also streams on Twitch, it's Clutch like the car part, but with a K instead of a C, right? He plays Eli Porter on GTA Roleplay No Pixel, right? If by some shade of a fucking miracle you see this, right? I would be down to talk more about these fucking ideas to where you can get more information on the people that you're putting in for partnership. There you go. Let's go. Right, moving swiftly fucking on. Speaking about partners, talking about partners, Twitch will now let partners stream on YouTube and Facebook.
Yay! Slight caveat though.
A whole bunch of confusion with this, and that's what Kit just alluded to when he went, yay, slight caveat. You can only what?
Yeah, so what they're saying is you can stream to YouTube and you can stream to basically Facebook or any platform you like. You're not limited to just Twitch. However, anything that you stream to Twitch has to be streamed only to Twitch. You can't restream, like you can't multi-stream to YouTube and to Facebook for the same stream. You can, however, do like a TikTok or an Instagram live from your phone, like sort of a behind the scenes type stream at the same time.
AKA have your setup exactly as it is, but then maybe put your phone on a stand with the camera
off to the
pointing
side,
you,
yeah.
And you're just talking to them as you're playing the game.
Yeah.
But they don't get the full fucking content, but they get the camera content.
Pretty much.
But yeah,
and
so
there is a kind of
so
there is a semi-logical reason for it.
Well,
in that, well, one, it helps kind of keep them tied to this platform, because if they're streaming on Twitch, they can't also be on Twitch, so they're still just on your platform. The other thing is a very valid point, actually, is if you're streaming on multiple platforms and you've got 3, 4, 5 different sources for chat, when you're interacting with one, you could be neglecting the others. and
Yeah.
it's hard to focus across
Now,
all of them.
There is
And
a
whatever
way
you're doing.
around that. There is a stream chat that sort of like grabs them all, puts them all into one
Yeah.
chat. But
There
at the
is that.
same time, as somebody that has spent extensive time at one point or another, a few months back, hanging out with Mike Keth in his streams, where he cancelled his affiliate and was co-streaming his stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time, I would load it up in Twitch. There'd be nobody talking, but he'd be talking to somebody in the chat in YouTube, and I'd be like, all right, well, I can't see what the fuck they're saying, so I'm going over to YouTube. And then, somebody would say, all right, I've got to go, speak to you later, and then he'd be interacting with me, and obviously blah 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 blah, right? And then somebody would hop into Twitch, and I'd have to go back over. Like, it's fucking annoying as a viewer to not be able to see everybody's message.
Yeah.
So even if there is a way around it for the streamer to see every message, there's some kind of like restream chat where you can grab every chat source and put it into one chat. So,
Now, the interesting thing with what you've just said there is what I used to do way back. Do you remember when Warmind came out?
Yeah.
When Warmind came out, I was streaming to YouTube, Mixer, and Twitch on a restream. And basically, I had like 3 things on top of my stream. I had like my camera, I had like a little countdown thing, and I had my chat. And the chat that I had on over the top of the stream, like that everyone could see, was the restream chat. So it would have the person's name, it would have a little icon saying what platform they typed the message on, and then it would have their message, and it would all be in sequence. So let's say you were on Twitch and I was responding to someone on YouTube. While I'm responding to them on YouTube, you would see that message on the stream.
The problem with that is, though, now, is we've just discussed fucking Facebook's mobile app. Most people, pretty regularly, will watch YouTube or Twitch on their phone.
Yeah, which makes reading any text on the screen particularly difficult.
Very,
it's a
very difficult.
Small device.
Exactly. So that being said,
So it's possible, it's not particularly easy.
Yeah. Long story short, I agree that it, to any sort of extent, any way you try and get around it, you are taken away from the overall viewing experience from a viewer. Because either they've got a channel hop, or you've got to have an extra chat open, on your stream so that they can see it. And even then, they might not be able to see it because they might be on a different platform. Also, Twitch make it better for mobile streaming, because the amount of buffering that mobile has is kind of ridiculous.
It is kind of ridiculous. That reminds me. It's not on our topics, but something I did notice recently when I looked on the Twitch app. I don't know when they did this, but it might have always been there on Android, but on iOS at least. It used to just have basically go live and that's it. That's all your only options you had in the corner. Now you have a proper stream dashboard on mobile.
Okay. There was a way of activating a...
I mean, through the app. You could probably get a mobile slightly more friendly, not particularly mobile friendly, but version of the dashboard open through your browser or whatever. But direct in the app now, there it is. If you click in the top right, there's your dashboard.
Yeah, no, there was a way of doing it if you went I've got my Twitch app open because before we started this stream or the podcast, I was watching GTA Wise Guy, who is the vehicle dev for NoPixel, and seeing what changes he was doing to some of the cars and stuff. So obviously I had that open still for when we'd finished. I was going to go on, listen/watch again. And if you, instead of clicking the live thing at the top, if you click your actual account thing at the top, there was a stream manager thing. But now there is a creator mode. which is what happens when you click that
Mm-hmm.
that live thing. So
Yeah.
there were, like I said, there was a dashboard. It's just it wasn't as good as it is. But yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. It's a lot more useful now.
I did not realize I clicked that. Speaking of things that are looking better, here we go.
I was wondering where you're going with that one. Anyway,
I started.
Destiny,
and then I had to
what we
commit.
started with, and what we sometimes refer to every now and then.
I like this. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's a cool parallax effect. Anyway,
I love it.
Yeah, what we were going to talk about the fact that the showcase was coming up on the previous episode, but that didn't happen. So they announced Lightfall, which is the next DLC.
Yeah.
And
They also announced the date, apparently.
they announced the date, yes, February 28th.
Means I'm buying it February 5th.
Right. And that's basically it. Lightfall's coming soon. If you want more details, you can go to their website
Our
or
end
basically look
begins.
on YouTube or whatever. Yep, the beginning of the end.
I have
The
to say-
beginning
I
of the
have-
end of the Light and Dark saga.
I have to say, okay, that's a weird fucking effect. I'm scrolling and it.
Yeah,
Ah.
some do that. It's. I don't like that. It should be a bit more snappy. Like you scroll and it sort of scrolls down up until a point, and you scroll and it scrolls down.
What if I do this?
Um,
Oh no, that's weird.
what did you do?
I clicked the center mouse.
You clicked and, yeah. So,
But, yeah.
They haven't quite got that right. I think they could do a little better with that scroll effect, but it's fine. It works.
Honestly though, quick fucking, I was done with Destiny. Yeah, after the past 2 seasons story, I was like, fuck this game. Like, I am not getting Lightfall. I said with this fucking showcase coming up, they could blow my mind, and I'd be like, fuck them. Fucking Bungie. I just said I was buying it, did I not?
Yeah.
Got me a fucking gen, you bastards!
Yeah.
They'll
They'll continue to get you.
I'm sorry, but that's probably one of the best fucking reveal trailers, whatever you want to fucking call it, I have seen in gaming, like, period. I am not joking. That fucking trailer is brilliant. And I to the point where I kind of want to click it, but I'm not going to. Because time.
We'll probably have links in the description.
Yeah. Right, so from something good involving Destiny from Bungie's side, here's something good involving Destiny from the community side.
Okay.
Obviously, we always do things within the Destiny community when it comes to like, what is it, games to give or something? Games to give.
Yeah, games to give.
They do like the Bungie Foundation, and a lot of the time, like, the community comes out in troves and buys shit, buys skins or whatever it may be, buy something in game that will donate to like charity, that kind of thing. Yeah. Like, it's one
for all of its misforgivens and divisions, we do tend to rally together for charity.
Yeah,
and for good causes.
Charity-wise, Destiny community is one of the best. Right.
Well, it's one of the best we're in. There might be others that we don't know about.
Yeah. So for was it National Cancer Awareness Month or something? Yeah. Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. The color gold is associated with it. So somebody made a call to a what looks to be Facebook group to say, look, on May 2nd, 2020.
Yeah. So I think I don't know if this came about last year and as well, maybe the year before, but it's sort of resurfaced. But it's grown a lot of traction this time because it's not just like in a private group. It was put onto a Reddit post, And
Yeah.
it's come up on Twitter with all those tags, and it's like if you scroll through, you'll be able to see the number of people and the scale of the communities that have responded to this. It's lovely to see.
I mean, look, fucking 1,800 quote tweet, nearly 1,900, 7,500 retweets, 23.2k likes. Fuck it, I'm giving it 1 2. I actually haven't been on Destiny since I've seen this, so I haven't made my Guardians Gold yet.
I did it before. I went through and I was like, I'd look through a couple of the different shaders, try and find the shiniest gold I could.
But I will be. I think Hath might have even tweeted the other day a couple of recommendations for people.
For different shaders, yeah. I think that's what tipped me off for this.
Yeah. So, you know, if you are somebody that's in the Destiny community, wants to like sort of shows solidarity and support, you can't like afford to give something towards a cancer charity that probably asking for donations during this awareness month, then obviously if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. Like, you can't pull money out of thin air, basically. Just show your solidarity, put a shader on. Like, I'm hoping that the more and more this gets out there throughout the rest of this month, anytime I do go on Destiny, I see more and more gold Guardians in the tower and shit.
Yeah.
That's my hope. So yeah.
And I've seen a few posts where there's been people who are just we're all emoting together on the tower, and everyone you see is just a sea of golden guardians.
So with that,
we can do good sometimes.
Yeah, we can. With that one, finishing on basically a sad note, but a happy note in a sense of the community coming together, showing solidarity. We are going to show a friend of ours some solidarity when we raid them in a moment. But for those who are here from like YouTube or the podcast platforms, that'll be the end of the show for you. Thank you very much for watching or listening. Me and Kit do appreciate it. Hopefully Kit will get that issue sorted, like he said, by what was it, the 10th?
It's by the 10th. It will definitely be done by the 10th, if not tomorrow.
So there you go.
From the day of recording.
So likelihood is it's already happened. If you're listening to this, it's definitely already happened. If you're watching this on YouTube, it might have already happened. I'd basically go and find the podcast on Spotify or whatever podcast platform you choose. Follow it, favorite it, whatever it is that allows it to appear in your, homepage of podcast.
Oh, can I do a plug?
1 second. And then you could just quickly check every time there's supposed to be a new episode, and if there's not one, YouTube. Done. And with me saying that, I'm gonna leave you with Kit to do the plug he just asked me if he could do. Go ahead.
Right, so as part of the process of developing this, I am moving a lot of things sort of closer to being in-house, so that if similar issues come up, I can fix them a lot quicker, or whatever. It also means that you'll be able to find information about the podcast at enragedkitsune.tv/Rising Lights.
There you go. So, we will be making sure that link is also in the description. Because, if I remember correctly, you were planning to put like information from previous episodes and stuff as well, right?
Yes. So we'll have the links to the platforms. We'll have information about previous episodes. If you really feel like it, I'll even give you the option to listen to a previous episode on the site if you want to.
there
Though I
you
do
go.
suggest using the podcast platform because then you can just pick it up wherever you are.
Yeah. So let's say you get an hour into it and it's an hour and a half. You won't have to scroll through to get to the hour. Just boom, it's there. Yeah. So so the ideal example, for example, like we say, oh right, well, Witty's been on the podcast before. You're like, oh, has he? I want to listen to that. Be able to go to Kit's site. Be like, okay, EnrageKitsNade.tv, was it?
Yep.
/ Rising Light. And you'll be like, okay, right, well, what episode was Witty on? And then it'll tell you, all right, he was on episode, I think it was 8. Was it 8?
I believe so. I will double check. I will make sure I've got all the right information on there as well. I might put a little search into like a little filter to like find filter out episodes by people that you're interested in.
Yeah.
That might take more than the week though.
Or
So-
we could also there's an idea for you if you could do it. Like, let's say you could put it as like Clan Truth,
Yes.
because we have had a couple of those on and a couple more that want to come on.
If I'm doing it by filters by people, I'll be able to add tags and I'll be able to
Yeah.
just tag by Clan
So
Truth.
there you go. We'll do that as well. I think that would be a good idea. Anyway, so let's say it was. I can't remember if it was definitely episode 8, but let's say it was. You go to that episode and boom, you can listen to it, or there'll be a link to the podcast platform, or
Yep.
whatever. Go and listen to it. There you go. You'll have an information thing there. Would it be? Do you think it? Will you be putting like what topics were discussed, or the?
I can do. Though that wouldn't be like the first thing that comes up. That'd be like another little menu off to the side or something.
Yeah.
Because I do have a
I'm just
record
thinking
of
if
them.
people are like, oh right, well Witty was on 2 episodes. But I want to see what his opinion was on X, Y, and Z. And then
Okay,
it would
that's
go
gonna be.
like-
I could probably timestamp the topics, but I'm not going to be able to get much.
No, I'm on about
more
like,
intricate
oh
than
no,
that.
okay, well let me listen to this episode because he talked.
Oh,
about
because
it.
they talk about this.
Yeah. But
I
yeah,
can try and that start search, but that'd be like the second version of search. That's not going to be for another couple of months if that one gets in. Anyway,
the point
thanks
is,
for listening.
we've got ideas, and they will be added eventually. Kit's just gonna do the basics things for now, and then you'll see it
Build
slowly
from
grow.
there, yeah.
Again, as Kit just said, thank you very much for watching or listening, wherever you are, listening to the podcast or watching on YouTube. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.